Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your 2020 St. George Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors Chairman, Brad Buchanan.
Wow, that's really low podium. Good thing my eyes are okay, or else I'd be doing this. But well, welcome. It's good to see everybody. It really is good to see everyone. It feels like it's been a long time. So good to see everyone. Thank you for coming out. I'll read this stuff so I don't say anything ridiculous. But officially, good afternoon, fellow chamber members and friends. It's my pleasure to stand before you today at the 2021 State of the Chamber. With a distinct honor, it has been to serve as the board chair over the last year. It's been a year of uncertainty, a year of challenges, and most importantly, a year of opportunity. We faced so many things last year that we thought we'd never face, but we're resilient, we adapt, we innovate, and we're here today more determined than ever. And may I add, this morning I was thinking about how in 2019 we all used like the 2020 vision, and now in 2021 we're looking back and we still can't figure out, even in hindsight, what 2020 was. So. Over the last year, a phrase we all know has stayed on my mind: together we thrive. The slogan of the chamber. I have seen our members rebound from these difficult times, but in almost every instance, it's been because there was another member, a friend, a mentor, a colleague ready to assist. We got through 2020 as a chamber community. We supported each other's businesses, we shopped local, we were there for each other. The chamber stepped up in a massive way. Our doors were open, our staff worked around the clock. The board worked tirelessly to pivot and ensure the chamber adapted with the environment. The value of the membership only increased as we redoubled our efforts to support you. I want to thank both our board and our staff our staff and their commitment and throughout this year. Lastly, I want to thank you, our members. You make this an irreplaceable community, which it is. Thank you so much. It's now my absolute pleasure to recognize our outgoing board members who have served the chamber for a combined total of 50 years. These are leaders who have seen many transitions, ups, downs, victories and defeats, but they're leaving the chamber in good hands and in a better position than it's ever been. As I call your name, please join me on stage. Oh, and that's them. Terry Draper. Don Cox. Let's see here. Skip a few. Jordan Sharp. Nikki Hancock. Tyler Hall. Fred Walker. Oh, and in place of Doug Watts, we have Annie Howell as well. Thank you. And Bryson Despain. Thank you so much. Rebecca. So thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca handed out those thank yous to them. Thank you for your service. We very much appreciate all that you've done. And then, if you'd like to take your seats, thank you. Except for Nikki Hancock. Nikki, just really quick, we just wanted to say thank you one more time. So, Nikki is our past board chair. She has been a cornerstone of the chamber and has helped guide our leadership transition over the last year, the changes, the vision, the determination. Thank you, Nikki. We'd like to thank you with a small gift of local products that we know you'll enjoy, so thank you. And now, we'll do the ceremonial handing of the gavel. Welcome Rebecca Box, our new chair for the incoming year.
Awesome. Thank you, Brad. I have to say that our chamber has been fortunate to have Brad as our board chair. During a turbulent year, Brad has been a steady hand of leadership that we needed. His thoughtful and determined leadership has elevated the chamber and taken us to new levels as an organization, benefiting each of you and making your membership even more valuable than ever. In recognition of your leadership, I'd like to present you with an engraved gavel commemorating your year as board chair. And one more time, please let me recognize Brad for his outstanding dedication over the past year. Thank you so much. I am pleased now to recognize our continuing board members. As I call your name, please stand so that we can recognize you. Intermountain St. George Regional Hospital, Mitch Cloward. With Safari Hospitality, Chris Benson. With Stapley Pharmacy and Core Solutions Center, we have Kelly Charlton. Washington County Commission, Nicole Felshaw. Intergalactic, we have Kevin Curlin. Huntsman World Senior Games, Kyle Case. Greater Zion, Sarah Otto, and of course, America First Credit Union, Brad Buchanan. Thank you. I'd like to now introduce to you our vice chair for 2021 with Huntsman World Senior Games, Kyle Case. And Kyle, if you want to come up on stage so we can introduce our new board members whose service starts today. This is an extremely talented group of leaders who are committed to our community. They are engaged in the chamber and are visionary. As I call your name, please join us on stage. Our new board members are Annie Howell with Watts Construction, Kurt Ivey, Washington City Councilman, Brenda Cody, TDS, Tasha Toy, Dixie State University, and Shoni Christensen, the Shoni Insurance Group All-State. Between our current and incoming board, don't you think we have an all-star board of directors, right? Yeah. I am very excited to serve alongside these distinguished leaders. The St. George Area Chamber of Commerce is prime for success. As we work to represent and support you, our fellow chamber members, we will continue to elevate the St. George Area Chamber of Commerce. Please join me in recognizing the new board members. So I moved to St. George from Northern Utah in 2016. I left familiar and comfortable surroundings in hopes of expanding my horizons and my career and finding new adventures. I immediately found home in Southern Utah. I fell in love with the stunning red rocks, abundance of mountain bike trails, the gorgeous sunsets, and the warmth of the people. Here, residents and visitors can expect to enjoy modern amenities, a charming small town feel, and an easygoing way of life, which now draws people from far and wide across our nation. The people here are welcoming, and the sense of community is strong. From the towering walls of Zion National Park to the red rock mesas and bluffs, there is no shortage of inspiration found in our world. Our natural environment inspires the human spirit, and it spurs innovation, creativity, and economic growth. With a vibrant and growing economy, the St. George area is an outstanding place to do business. Our workforce is young, educated, and technologically innovative. Businesses are connected to major centers of commerce. Employees are enticed by the unmatched quality of life and an opportunity for work-life balance. In 2019, as a board member, I sat on the hiring committee to replace our CEO, Pam Palermo. Big shoes to fill. We wondered as a committee, who could we find to take us into 2020 and beyond? We knew the person that would take over would have to be amazing. With a drive for success of all businesses and a vision to build an even deeper connected community, Don Willie hit the ground running. And then COVID hit. It's the dirty word, right? We could not have imagined what was in store. What did he do? He held us together. He helped us pivot and discover new ways of connecting. Serving on the board, I have watched in awe and learned so much in the last year. Working side by side with a man who is incredibly focused on economic growth and our business community as a whole is like watching excellence in motion. Please help me welcome President and CEO of your St. George Area Chamber of Commerce, Don Willie.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Rebecca, for your leadership as vice chair over the last year. This year is going to be amazing. I'm so thrilled to be able to serve under her leadership. To Brad, thank you so much for getting us through. I mean, we know Brad. He is steady. He has vision. He has moved mountains over the last year, and I could not have done my job without him, Rebecca, and the rest of our amazing team. Nikki, you've been a pillar for the chamber for so many years, and still through this last year have guided us through. So please join me in thanking them each again for their tremendous leadership. Well, what a year 2020 was. Who would have thought, right? We thought 2020, clear vision. We had all these great things, and it's now hindsight's 2020, right? We go back to that. What were we thinking? We had all these great plans in store, and just like you and moving your businesses forward, I proposed to the board a grand plan, and then everything changed. In fact, it changed while I was in Mexico on my 10-year anniversary trip with my wife, and she is still mad to this day that Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell were diagnosed and the world fell apart, right? I still remember it was Wednesday. We got there Sunday, and on Wednesday, the announcement came. We started freaking out. Are we going to get back to the U.S.? There was a lot of concern. So I spent the last 4 days, regrettably, working on my computer on the beach. I will say on the beach. I took full advantage of the location, at least. But for those 4 days, I want to tell you that nothing was more on my mind than this chamber and our wonderful residents, our businesses that I knew things were changing, right? There was so much uncertainty. And so for those days, I was concerned for you. And ever since that point, our leadership in the chamber has been dedicated to supporting and moving you forward. And this last year, I hope, will demonstrate exactly what we've done. So I had a month and a half of fun and getting to know so many wonderful leaders. And then it all changed. And I want to start off this presentation with a clip that most of you have seen, but really became the hallmark of this year and defined the future of this Chamber of Commerce. Businesses are the backbone of our economy. They're what has made us thrive and supported an unmatched quality of life in southern Utah. There's no doubt that we are in uncharted waters and tough economic times for many small businesses here in the St. George area and throughout Washington County.
This is not the first time that our country has gone through a situation like this, and it certainly won't be the last.
You know, we live in a wonderful county. We're a county of self-sufficiency and grit. We're a county that historically has always worked together.
This is a time for us to come together and to support our businesses.
The St. George area has been built upon small businesses, and at these times, we want you to know St. George City has your back.
I'm pleased to announce the Greater Together Small Business Resilience Fund.
The idea is we've created a fund that will help small businesses who are located here in Washington County.
Small Business Resilience Fund is designed to work quickly to support businesses right now. It's 0% interest up to $20,000 for businesses with fewer than 50 employees.
It's meant to help bridge a business over some of this really hard and what I call rough water until they can establish either normal business conditions or acquire more of the longer-term funding.
Those funds would be for working capital, payroll, inventory, things that would help keep a small business going during these unprecedented times.
This is just an opportunity, I think, and a wonderful opportunity an honor actually for us to provide these funds for those of you that might need some help.
We're so excited to be part of this effort and look forward to weathering this together and coming out stronger as a community.
And we came out stronger. Because of the leadership of our county, several of our municipalities, and from generous donors, private sector donors, we were able to put together a $900,000 0% interest loan fund. Within days, before PPP, before EIDL, before any other grants, we were the first to respond to our businesses here in this community and to support them in their time of need. And since that point, we have seen businesses claw back. They have come back from a dark hour, a time of difficulty, and they've grown and they've become stronger. Please join me in recognizing and thanking these contributors that made this possible: Washington County, St. George City, Washington City, Santa Clara City, and to numerous private sector partners and contributors that made this fund possible. Please join me in thanking them. This was no small feat, but it shows that we as a community came together. The chamber leadership throughout the entire county, saw what was happening, and we responded quickly. And this is impressive, very impressive. And I think all of us are deserving of appreciation for what we accomplished through this. As part of responding and helping support our businesses, we launched the Safe Southern Utah campaign. I want to pay special respect to Doug Watts and Terry Draper, who were instrumental in moving this campaign forward. The state launched a campaign that we felt didn't quite resonate with our community, with our audience. And so we pieced together the best practices we thought would help our businesses stay open while keeping everyone safe. And so we launched the Safe Southern Utah campaign, which today is now in over 1,000 establishments throughout the county. That's impressive, 1,000 establishments that are dedicated to keeping you safe while moving our economy forward, because we know that those two are equally important. They go hand in hand, and neither of them should have been sacrificed. And through the leadership of the Chamber, we were able to move this forward. Please join me in recognizing Doug Watts and Terry for their tremendous work in lifting this up. We also, over the past year, were able to elevate our Board of Governors and we bring on contributors that helped us financially to do some pretty amazing things, the Safe Southern Utah campaign being one of them. I want to recognize Intermountain Precision Genomics and Zions Bank as our platinum annual sponsors and the contributions they make, not just monetarily, but through their vision and through their leadership, to Cache Valley Bank, to Copper Rock, to Tech Ridge, Dixie Tech, Alta Bank, Watts Construction, and finally Intergalactic. Please join me in recognizing them and their contributions. I can't get too far away. From March to August, we transitioned everything that we did. And in September, we started to get back to normal. And this was from our 2020 annual Golf Classic, our most successful Golf Classic ever. And I want to thank Don Cox and our other committee members who made that possible. Please join me in recognizing Don. We got back to it, right? We got back to some sort of normalcy. We were able, through State Department of Health regulations, county regulations, to make some adjustments. That's why we wear masks at our events. There's only 4 people to a table. But as soon as we could gather together safely, we started to gather together. And so over this last year, I wanted to recognize the lift of our board and our team members who were able to continue, almost without a glitch, providing service. We shifted to Zoom. So this year we had 23 in-person networking lunches and 32 Zoom trainings. Overnight, we were able to switch our platform and move to a digital opportunity to connect, to train, to educate. We hosted, and we took a gap here, so this is, I think, still pretty impressive. With our Sunshiners support, 28 ribbon cuttings and groundbreakings. In the midst of COVID, our economy moved forward because of you. Thank you to our Sunshiners for their leadership and helping us to continue to recognize, honor, and celebrate these new businesses and this new opportunity that it brings to our economy. And from business after hours to other networking events to our golf tournaments, we held 11 other events. So impressive that in this time where we were socially distanced, we still moved forward, we still supported you, we still stood there to champion our economy and our businesses. Thank you for attending, thanks for coming out, thanks for contributing. We appreciate your leadership through this. Yeah, thank you. All right, one more video. We ready? That was the first time I noticed Ryan and the lei. I didn't realize that. Did anyone see that? We needed something tropical during the holiday season. It was nice to end the year with our holiday social where we were able to gather together safely and enjoy one another's company. It's been nice to get back together. It's so nice to be here together today and to continue to move forward. I want to recognize Orson back there. He's the one that shot this video. We brought on some very talented videographers and photographers to help us even more document our chamber, to be able to keep these memories, to be able to showcase what we're doing for the community, and we're excited for his support, his involvement, and to the many others that are helping champion that. We also launched our Small Business Saturday with the Chamber hosting it. This is something that I was able to take part in the last 2 years in my previous role. We moved this to the Chamber and we surveyed our participant small businesses, and over 80% of them noted that because of this event, they saw record sales in their businesses. I know some of you are here today. Thank you for participating in this as a business, and thanks to each of you for shopping small on this day. I don't know if you know this, but over 90% of our chamber members are small businesses, and not SBA small businesses, which can be up to 500 employees. That's not small. I'm saying 0 to 4 employees. 90% of our chamber is made up of these businesses. We are a small business chamber. We're champions for them. We support them. We're cheerleaders for them. And this day gave us a dedicated opportunity in this time of uncertainty to celebrate them and to drive traffic to their doors. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for supporting and shopping small. I want to recognize Lexi. Where's Lexi? Pop out and wave quick. All of our social media is run by her. She's behind the screen. She's done a phenomenal job. When she came in, look at these numbers. When she came in, on the blue columns, that's where we were at. And look where we're at today. With the pivot, with the engagement on social media, organically, we were able to see exponential increase in all of our social media platforms, from Facebook to Instagram and through email as well. We knew we needed to communicate more effectively to our business community, to you, to non-members alike. And so we ramped up our investment into social media. We created a private Facebook group for members. If you are not part of it yet, make sure you go in and request to join us, just St. George Area Chamber of Commerce members. Join that so that you can be part of that online community to collaborate, to talk about needs, to ask for advice, to share advice. This is a big investment for us over the last year, but we'll continue, and we'll continue to grow this over time. We want to see our social media, our Facebook, Instagram, at 10,000 followers over the next 4 years is what we want to see. And growing our newsletter distribution up to 10,000 as well over the next year, which is a pretty lofty goal. So we need your help. We need you to share, comment, like, follow, all of the above. Please help us get the word out. Please share all of our posts, or whatever ones you're willing to, through your social media, and share what we're doing in the chamber, how it impacts you, how it impacts the community, and help us continue to build more momentum behind our economy online. We also set a lofty goal last year. We actually set a goal to have our membership up to 1,100 this year. We didn't quite hit it, but I'm going to take a pass on this because of the year we had. But we breached that 1,000 member milestone for the first time in our history, thanks to you. Now, I want to recognize that we have lost businesses. Businesses have closed their door. And so while we celebrate the growth of the chamber, we lost dear friends, their businesses to this pandemic. But we've also seen tremendous growth because we've seen businesses take off like they've never done before, or they've struggled, but because of the chamber, they haven't had as difficult of a time. They've been able to connect with consumers. This is a direct correlation to your efforts, your being ambassadors of the chamber, being leaders in the community, and helping us continue to build this strong and connected framework of passionate business leaders who can support each other. Thank you again for making this happen. This is a big deal to hit that milestone, and it's because of you, so thank you. And possibly my favorite milestone is that throughout the year, for the most part of the year, we had 2 full-time staff and interns helping us to do all of this. There were a lot of sleepless nights. There were a lot of weekends where my wife may have been cursing the chamber. She understood it, my kids understood it, because this was a year we needed to put in the extra time and the effort to keep moving forward. But I want to recognize our staff and have them come up on stage because we are now fully staffed again, and we've amped up certain aspects of the chamber because we know from this year that there were some deficiencies that we are investing more in, and we're going to keep moving forward in an exponential way this year. So please join me in recognizing our staff, Jordan, Adley, Lexi, and Adriana. We basically live together, so we're okay within the 6 feet, so. Last year, the screen that I started out with on my presentation was the year of the member. And I don't know if that was foresight. I don't know where that may have come from, because more than ever, we needed this 2020 to be the year of the member. We needed it to be about community. We needed it to be about supporting each other. And we did in a monumental way. Our community, our economy stayed pretty steady. We've been able to look at some numbers, and compared to the national average of over 24% business closures and the state average of 14%, Washington County saw a 6% business closure rate, which is about what we would expect to see in a normal year. We went through this pretty well, and it's not to say that we didn't stumble along the way, but that's impressive, and it's because we came together. It truly was the year of the member. Everything we did as a board, as a chamber team, was focused on you. The question was always asked, how will this benefit our members? Does it benefit our members? If it didn't, we shelved it. We put it off to the side. Everything we did was to benefit you and to increase your member benefits. In front of you, you have a one-pager with the 2021 member benefits. I can definitively say that never have you had more benefits as chamber members than you had in 2020. And now moving into 2021, we've amped those up even more. The value of your membership has only increased exponentially because of leadership, because of our contributors, our sponsors, our investors. Thanks to them, we can do more as a chamber than we've ever done before. So this is our year of building upon the foundation and moving our chamber forward, engaging in things maybe we didn't engage too much in the past. Let me tell you a little bit about this. Who remembers dirt roads in St. George? Anyone? There's a few hands, okay. It's okay, you can admit it, right? Raise your hand, come on, raise them high. It's okay, we can remember dirt roads. It doesn't age you that bad. There was a 7-mile segment of Highway 91 where there was commerce, traffic happening, but because as cars went through, the dust kicked up and travelers wouldn't stop to patron those businesses. They wouldn't stop to dine or shop. They kept going because they didn't want to get all dirty, right? the Chamber of Commerce recognized that something needed to be done. The leaders at that time said, what can we do to support these businesses, to drive traffic there? And they oiled that 7-mile segment. They were the champions that delivered that. They did something big, something visionary, something that almost was simple as a thought, but made a tremendous impact to those businesses on 91, and were able to create more economic opportunity, more sales, increased quality of life. It was the leadership of the Chamber of Commerce that had the vision and foresight to jump in and do something about it. I know that there's a lot of conversation about Dixie State. We're not going to talk about that today. What I want to focus on is another moment in history where the Chamber stood up and drove impact, that they were the voices that made a significant change at the time. This picture here, I want to just recall back to when Dixie State was an institution of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There was a proposal set before the legislature to move both Snow College and Dixie State, or Dixie College, to a state-sponsored, funded institution. The word came down, Dixie College, don't worry, don't talk about it this year. We've already decided we're going to move forward with Snow. We're going to elevate them, and they will be a state-sponsored institution. We'll come back in a few years and we'll talk to you. Who was it that funded the lobbyists to go up to Salt Lake and say, no, we want a little more attention down here. We want to move into the state-sponsored institution. It was the leadership of the Chamber of Commerce. They put together the funds, they provided that so that a lobbyist could go, and that year, 2 institutions were entered into the state system, Dixie College being one of them. And now today, it's a flourishing, exponentially growing campus that has a massive economic impact in our community. When I say massive, I don't know how to elevate that even more. Massive economic impact in our community. But the Chamber had a key role to play in that moment in history, and it now has changed the trajectory of our community as a result. I use those 2 examples, and we don't have a ton of history of the Chamber, but that's what we're going to work on this year, is remembering our past. Going back to our roots and seeing what we've accomplished in the past, and reinvigorating our business community to see those big opportunities of the future. What's coming down the road in 10 years, in 20, in 50 years? What does this community look like? How can the business community shape that growth? We can't stop it. That's a known factor. We cannot stop economic growth, but we can lead it. We can lead it in sustainable ways, in ways that benefit our community, that don't destroy the small town feel that we have, but maybe even enhance it and welcome new and unique voices. So this year, we created a new mission statement for the Chamber. We kind of had one in the past, but we wanted to be very clear about what our purpose was, what we would do, and what we would not do. And these are the 3 items that the board determined would be the focus of our Chamber. 1, supporting our members. First and foremost, you are our number 1 priority. We are here for you. 2, elevating the local economy. Just like the simple act of oiling that stretch of road dynamically changed the economy at the time for those businesses, we are invested in seeing our local economy grow, elevating it to a new level, working with partners like the Office of Economic Development in Salt Lake, our local Area Economic Development Office, GoEd, EDC Utah. These are all partners that we work collaboratively together to elevate our economy. I can't stress how much of a collaborative process this is. It takes all of us. It takes all of our partners. It takes Dixie State University. It takes Dixie Tech. It takes Rocky Mountain. It takes our businesses. We are all in this together, and the voice of businesses should help drive what the economy looks like. And lastly, championing community prosperity, because we know that just building an economy isn't the only thing we care about. We care about our youth. We care about a welcoming environment for our residents. We care about the beauty, keeping this a pristine location, being able to enjoy our beautiful natural wonders. So the Chamber does other things than just business meetings, networking, and economic activity. So I want to run through these quickly. First, with supporting our members, 4 focus areas that we have identified. 1, delivering resources to you. 2, training opportunities, networking, and government advocacy. We as a staff and as a board are here to represent you, your voice, at the local, state, and national levels. There we go. Elevating the local economy. Again, working collaboratively with partners to ensure that we're shaping what this economy looks like moving forward. We rely heavily on the Office of Economic Development for recruitment, to bring great companies to town, to introduce them to our world that we love, and to bring high-paying jobs that can continue to provide opportunities for our youth to grow up, to live, work, and play here, that they don't have to go away, they can stay and have a sustainable job here locally. Then lastly, with community prosperity, as I mentioned, focusing on projects and opportunities that diversify and grow our community in awesome ways. I want to take a few minutes to represent or recognize some of our member success highlights, and I'm going to just give them a quick shout out because as a chamber, we want to be your biggest champions. We want to be your cheerleaders, and so let me just spend a few minutes showing off what our members are doing, and let this be an inspiration too for each of us, that we are excited about what's happening and we can be supportive of those members, but then that you know that we will be supportive of you. First, let me highlight Intermountain Precision Genomics. If you have not engaged and seen the great work they're doing, it's amazing what's happening right here in our backyard. They launched a global heredity study with almost 45,000 participants to help sequence and identify ways to treat diseases early on and use precision medicine to do so. Growing new products, community engagement, they're so engaged at the local level, national, and even the international level, and this is happening right in our backyard with collaborators at Stanford University and other world-renowned research institutions and leaders. They're engaging and helping to grow the economy right here. Zonos, I saw Josh, maybe he jumped out quick, he's right back there doing his token photos. He is awesome. Learn from him for social media. He does such a great job. Josh is the chief of staff at Zonos, homegrown company. They are moving up to Tech Ridge, their new global headquarters, because they've grown so fast, from 34 employees to 58 today. They've seen tremendous growth over the last year. We want to recognize them, give them a shout out, and thank them for staying here and growing their business here in our community. Airborne is now transitioning to Intergalactic, a company of a subsidiary of RAM, so to speak, but they have committed to staying here, growing here, taking their business to a new level and bringing high-paying jobs. They received an incentive from the state to continue to stay and grow here, and they are launching building their 60,000 square foot headquarters on Tech Ridge this year. I think they're starting. How awesome is that? Again, seeing another homegrown company take that leap and staying here and growing our economy. Printer Logic is in a building connected with Zonos. You'll see that. That's the big new building up on Tech Ridge. But they are growing so fast. They have been ranked 4 times now on the 5,000 fastest growing companies. They're opening their new headquarters, their global headquarters right here in St. George this month. And they've got a massive announcement that's coming in Q1 of this year as well. So we're excited to hear that. They don't want me to say anything, so I'm just going to leave the teaser there for you. ERA is seeing tremendous growth. We're all seeing it, right? We're seeing people move in, but they're growing as a result of that movement to our community. They've expanded up to Ogden, so they now service from Las Vegas all the way to Ogden, 12 offices, 600 professionals, and over 4,000 transactions closed, making them the second largest ERA affiliate in the United States out of 1,000. Right here in St. George, the second out of 1,000. That is impressive. Family Healthcare, we helped break ground for this new facility. They serviced almost 17,000. When I saw that number, I just thought, oh my gosh, how did we not get 8 more people into that clinic on December 31st to hit 1,000 or 17,000? but they have had a massive impact of delivering needed medical services to low-income families, delivering a $14 million annual economic impact, employing 113 individuals, and we're excited to see their new building, 30,000 square foot building, come to life so they can continue to serve and support our community. SwitchPoint, we know the tremendous impact they're having. They opened their Riverwalk low-income housing, opened a quarantine hotel, upgraded the Bed and Biscuits, which we did a ribbon cutting for, expanded to a new, larger location for the thrift store, and opened the first of its kind in Southern Utah 24/7 child care center, which is just in the heart of downtown. Again, tremendous feat. And lastly, Desert Color. I think some of you have probably seen this. If not, go watch this on Instagram. It is so rewarding to see that lagoon being filled with water, finally. Right? We've been hearing about it. We've been seeing the growth that's happening. There is blue, crystal blue water that is going into that lagoon, and we're so excited. The Shores Resort is now open. Big Shots Golf is coming. 230 homes are under construction. And again, that lagoon is filling up. We're excited to see that, to see a little more water in the desert. So with that, I just wanted to recognize these awesome chamber members. We're going to be doing this every State of the Chamber through our newsletters as well. We want to recognize you, recognize the impact you're having, and how it's dynamically shifting us to a greater impact in the community. I now want to turn the time to 3 of our awesome chamber leaders. We'll bring them up one at a time to give you updates on several initiatives that they are pioneering, they're leading out on, and they're revolutionizing. Please join me in welcoming our Chair of Young Professionals, Tara Thompson, to the stage.
Hello, I'm so happy to see everyone's faces today. My name's Tara. I'm the GM of Dixie for All Drive, and I've had the pleasure of chairing the Young Professionals for the past 2 years, and I'm in my final 3rd year. Our Young Professionals was able to operate at full capacity and full events throughout the whole year, so I think that was most of the events Don listed. But we have a great group, but we are smaller and we're less at risk, so we actually had a really great year for the Young Professionals, all led by our committees. Allie's here from Shoney Assurance, and I think I saw a few others here. But great group, we had a really great year, and I'm really excited for 2021. Our big changes, most of our events are going to stay the same. We have our lunch trainings, our political legislative leader, Young Professional Service. We've added the Young Professional Voice. So what that event is a dinner that's hosted with a topic that we are debating and discussing. So what that does is that gives our young professionals a little deeper dive into who we are and actually get to know you on a more personal level. So we don't want it to be regular networking where you're just sitting there doing the generals. Where do you work? Do you have a husband? Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so that's a really, really exciting one for me, is just to get to know everyone a little better. And then, of course, our socials. So we like to mix it all up. Our focus for the young professionals is to be all about the employees. So the Chamber's focus is on your businesses and what we can do for your business. So our young professionals is about developing those employees. It's really hard to find good training and keep everyone active and engaged in the work environment. Sometimes they don't want to hear it from you. I know that firsthand. So we try to give them those business lessons that aren't coming from the owner as, hey, you're affecting my bottom line or you're affecting the growth of the company. So we try to take that part on and help develop them in those aspects. So what Don has done for me this year, and I'm pretty excited. So it's my last year. We worked really hard on developing the program the past 2 years, really figuring out what we wanted to do and what our focus was. So now this year, what Don is letting me do, and I think it's just so I can go out saying I had a rise in membership. Everyone that has a chamber membership is available for one seat in the Young Professionals for free. So everyone that's in this room, that's a chamber member, that is available for you guys. So please, please, please send someone out there. It's great info, great training, great social. We're really looking at developing them all around as people. So send them out, get in touch with me, but keep an eye out for more information coming down the pipeline of how to get them enrolled. Thanks.
Please join us in welcoming Donna McBean, our Chair of the Chamber Service Committee, to the stage.
start with a little story. I wasn't going to, but I thought, I'm just going to tell a little story. Don Willie phoned me one day and said, I kind of want to get some ideas together. Do you think you could round up a couple of people? It's not a committee or anything. Just come on over and we'll sit and chat. The next thing you know, I'm the chairperson of the Chamber Service Committee. And all the people that I rounded up and promised them that there would not be a committee are now the committee members. So, anyways, on to my talk. Don saw the importance of getting chamber businesses and their employees more involved with service. He put together a committee, us, and we are called the Chamber Serves. Our mission at Chamber Serves is to bring businesses and nonprofits together in service for the betterment of our community. To that end, our committee has put together 4 service projects, one in each quarter of the next year. The first project will be with Habitat for Humanity, and all the dates are up there. And the second one will be with the Utah Food Bank. The third project will be with Root for Kids. And the fourth project will be the Veterans Christmas. I'll just say something about the Veterans Christmas because you kind of wonder what it is. And the veterans put up a tree, not the veterans, but the Utah Elks put up a tree for the veterans. And they go around to all the homes, and the veterans that need presents put on stars. And so we as a chamber are going to take it over and make sure that all the veterans get Christmas presents. So that's what that one is. And of course, we will still continue with our quarterly blood drives. The committee, committee picked these projects for 2 reasons. First, each one is different, and hopefully they will appeal to groups with varied interests. Second, we wanted to keep the volunteers safe by having enough room to socially distance. Emails will be sent out shortly so that you can sign up for these projects, and we welcome any and all suggestions. All of us on the committee are excited to bring these opportunities to you and hope that you join us. On a personal note, I would like to say that some of the happiest times in my life have been when I'm giving service. When you do good, you feel good. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Please join us in welcoming Kelly Charlton, our chair of the Women's Initiative, to the stage.
It's my absolute pleasure to be here today representing the Women's Initiative as chairperson. I have to tell you, everyone's telling stories on Don. I received a phone call somewhere around April 1st, right in the middle of COVID, and he said, we need to honor Pam and Shirlane and carry on their legacy. And we need a Women's Initiative. And luckily, I had worked with them, and it was my absolute pleasure to pick up the ball and keep running. So to that end, this year we have accomplished a lot, even amidst the middle of COVID. First of all, we have business trainings. They are free, set up with the Women's Business Center. Our connectedness comes when we have 2 things. We have a way to have free training, skills training, soft skills training, and we also focus specifically on women-owned businesses, either women who are starting a business or women who have only been in business 2 years or less. It's all free. It's a great alliance. Our second one is simply to help women develop their professional skills, moving forward with leadership, allowing them to step into their own space so that they can achieve that CEO status that many of them are afraid to go after, but are perfectly capable of doing. The third thing is the political development series. Ladies, I won't hold you to it, but how many of you have ever thought about working or running for political office? Raise your hands. Not a one? There you go. Okay, at least a few. We also have a really wonderful alliance with the Women's Leadership Institute out of Salt Lake, and they provide a very inexpensive political development series that will walk you through for 6 months how to become a candidate, how to do fundraising, and how to really connect, whether you win or lose, how to make your voice heard. Next is the Elevate Her Challenge, and that is for businesses like yours to take the challenge to elevate women within the business. And we work with the Women's Leadership Institute to do that, and it's all free. It's simply a challenge. And I would love to know in this audience how many of you have ever heard of the Elevate Her Challenge. Wonderful. Thank you for participating, and we hope if you aren't participating, you'll come find us so that we can help you know what to do. And last but not least, this afternoon we are rolling out a brand new awards ceremony. Stimulated kind of, Dawn actually saw the 30 under 30 Women to Watch in the Salt Lake, is it the Business magazine? And he came to me and said, I really think we need something like this in St. George. What do you think? So this year, we are excited to announce, and you'll get an announcement today in your inbox, the Element Awards, which is going to be held on March 26th here in this room. And we will be honoring 15 women who, I'm sorry, I have to do it. 15 badass women that are absolutely changing the world where they stand. So when you get that email, he's over here just like, oh my gosh, he didn't do it. I want you to think about the women in your world who have changed you or changed the community that we live in. And we're super excited about this, so please nominate those women that you think deserve an award like this. We want them, those of them who are in their element, to stand out and let us help them shine. Thank you.
Is the chamber not on fire? Right? It's okay, we can say badass in the room, okay? We just can't put it on a press release. I'm so excited to see the passion of these amazing women who are leading out on committees that are making an impact in our community. They're driven on impact, and I'm so excited for a few more things that we're going to share with you today. First, too much. We are launching several new events. In addition to the Element Awards, we are launching our Southern Utah 40 Under 40 Award to recognize young, up-and-coming leaders who are making waves in the business community. Our 2021 Business Summit, we did not hold one in 2020, but it will be right here in the Convention Center, bigger, better than ever before, and again, driving impact for you and this business community. Our gala happening on February 6th. Who is signed up? Who's registered for the gala? If your hand did not go up, go on today. We are selling out of tickets so fast, but we are excited to bring in a comedian, Kayvon, as our entertainment. And we'll also be recognizing 3 amazing business leaders with our Arate Award, the first ever award that we're giving out. And this is the highest honor bestowed on a business or community leader by the Chamber of Commerce. I know who they are, a few of you know who they are, and I'm not telling you until Friday. So you've got to wait for suspense, but we do have a few sponsorship opportunities to actually present the award to these individuals. Please be a part of this fantastic event to celebrate these individuals and to celebrate the success that we're enjoying and coming together. And then finally, on May 7th, our Golf Classic, again, bigger and better than ever before. We're excited to get back out on the course and have a good time together. We've rolled out a new economic snapshot for our members. This is important for members, for businesses, community leaders to make data-driven decisions. To help aid you in that effort, we are rolling this out through our newsletter. Once a month, you will get a snapshot delivered to your inbox to tell you what is happening in the economy. It can help drive decisions of expansion of your company, being able to pivot, change your market, launch new products. This is something that's so critical, and we want to aid you with this data to support you in that growth. You saw your area guide on the tables. What do you guys think? Decent? I want to thank Steve Ruff at Zions Bank, who sits on our board of governors, is a sponsor of the chamber. He donated this image. We wanted to reface the area guide. So this is a new era for the area guide. This is a chance for us to create something that's going to sit on a coffee table because it's so beautiful and the information is so valuable that you want to look through it. This is our member directory. This has information about the community, information about education, businesses that you can go to, shop. This goes out to 15,000 people every year. And we're amping this up this year, and I want to introduce Brendan Daly, who's going to join us on the stage for our new announcement. The Chamber, come on up, is teaming up and acquiring Southern Utah Business Magazine. We're excited about it. I'm going to let Brendan say a few words because this is a big deal for our chamber, a big deal for marketing, getting the word out for members. Tell us a little bit, Brendan.
No, we're really excited to team up with the chamber on the Southern Utah Business Magazine. So for those of you who don't know, I've been the editor-in-chief for both Business Magazine as well as for St. George Health and Wellness. We've got great distribution. We have something that's really, really unique to Southern Utah. And those of you that have been in the political side of things, especially in the educational side of things, we know that there is as soon as you start heading south, something cool starts to happen. And cool people seem to land here in the south. And our economic environment is completely different than northern Utah. We have better people, we have smarter people, we have better suntan people, and we have a lot more different activities. But part of what we want to do with the Business Magazine and also teaming up with the Chamber is to continue to offer that support as well as to grow those resources within our community as well as those that are coming into our community. Those of you who've read the magazine or been a part of even St. George Health and Wellness magazine know that my mission as an editor has always been that when somebody picks up that magazine, they're better off because of it. That the articles are really resources, that it helps you with what you're doing, whether it's the health side of things, or in this case, the business side of things. It's not just a giant advertorial that says, look at me, look at me, look at me. Those of you who know me, we understand that philosophy that drives me and I've been a part of, which is people like to do business with people they know, like, and trust, not because you have a really cool business card. I have a whole trash can full of really cool business cards. People like you because of the resources that you provide. And so those that are contributing to it and those that will contribute to it within the chamber themselves are going to really brand themselves as the experts that create value for others. And because of that, that's going to continue to help you grow. That'll help our community grow and become strengthened. And all around, we become better. And I think it fits right in line with what Dawn has done for the chamber, with the mission, with everything that's been talked about from early on, even Rebecca, and the things that she talked about. These are the resources that we have now, and there's going to be a lot of it to come. So be excited. I'm excited for it. There's going to be a lot of cool resources that will help you within your business. Again, it'll be one of those things that's going to go each and every month on your coffee table or whatever, right next to that area guide, because that becomes a resource. Oh, I need to know a little bit more about this. Hey, it's probably in the St. George or the Southern Utah Business Magazine. So I'm excited. If you got more questions, come up and talk to Don and myself as we start to roll this out. And a big part of that is going to be you, the members, because it's still the focus on you, your expertise, and your ability to help everybody else become more successful. The more successful you are, the more successful others are. We all do this together. So I'm excited for it. Thank you. I appreciate it, Don. I'm excited to work with you. It's doing awesome stuff.
This is awesome. A new addition, a new benefit, a new opportunity to tout and tell the stories of you, our chamber members, talk about the great things that are happening, and get you out even more into the community and in front of consumers. We listened to you this year, loud and clear. We heard from so many members that while our website was beautiful, it was so hard to navigate. If you have not been to the website, let me introduce you to our new, fresh, clean, modern, simple to use St. George Area Chamber of Commerce website. Simple, right? Sometimes you got to go back to basics. We wanted this to be effective. We wanted it to be a place where you get resources and tools, So many new features on here, a lot of link backs to Chamber Master where we want you to go and see what's happening within the Chamber community. But this will be an easier way for you to connect and get your information about the Chamber. A few more things, okay? Policy Coalition. We are more active because of bringing on Jordan and Adley. Your voice as a business has been amplified in government conversations. So expect to see and hear more about the legislative session, which is underway, the 45 most dangerous days in Utah every year. I don't say that to be mean. I just say that a lot of good stuff comes out of it, but we got to be careful, right? We got to hold our government officials. We want them to know what's going on in the business community. We want to inform them. We also want them to come to us with questions and say, hey, where does the business community stand on these issues? This is a collaborative effort. We work together with our government officials because we want our economy to move forward and our businesses to succeed. We're launching, in partnership with the World Trade Center Utah, with the U.S. Commercial Services and the Utah Inland Port, our St. George Area Chamber of Commerce Global Initiative to help your company go global. We bring in 1.8 million tourists every year just to Zion National Park. Thank you, Greater Zion. You have done too well at your job. You are bringing the world to St. George, and we need to do more for our businesses to connect with those tourists and then to engage with them, to export, to grow their businesses around the globe. So we will be focusing to build more resources, more tools, more opportunities, trade missions even, inbound and outbound, to give you exposure and to give you opportunity to grow your business. And lastly, second to last, we're launching our Inclusion Coalition to help celebrate the diversity that is coming to St. George. Our demographics are changing. Age, race, gender, ethnic orientation. Things are changing in our community, and we are celebrating these changes because they bring more life and more vibrancy to our community. We're excited about it. We want to see it move forward, and we want you to be a part of this movement in the business community with our Inclusion Coalition. We're excited about this. And lastly, the Youth Chamber. So as businesses, we've always got to be focused on the next generation. We are announcing that we are building the Youth Chamber, a board that will bring together young leaders in high school, juniors or seniors from every high school throughout the county, to be a part of the chamber, to learn, to be mentored by business leaders. And I hope that one of those someday will be the next president and CEO of the chamber, the next CEO of Printer Logic, the next executive at Intermountain. We want to train them, excite them, motivate them to start their own business, to be visionaries, to give back to the community. And so we're excited to have this new youth chamber. I know we went over time, but pretty big things that are happening in the chamber. Lastly, I just want to say thank you. You have made this possible. You have helped us to make 2020 the year of the member and 2021 the year of impact. This is a time for us to continue to give back to the community, to shape the future, to contribute in meaningful ways. And so I want to thank you first and foremost for the opportunity. Thank you to our board. Thank you to our committees, the committee chairs. And again, thank you to each of you, our members, who make this all possible. Thanks so much.